Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Now, when people talk about the greatest duo of all time, everyone wants to always bring up Kobe and Shaq, Kareem and Magic, Scotty and Jordan, and Jordan and Scotty, excuse me. And people people basically what people don't understand is the duo people love to mention is Mike and Pippen's duo. I still think the duo of Magic and Kareem were better. I mean, it's just to me it was better. To me, those guys, the things they did in the 80s and how they had a dominance for a decade. Mike took some time off. Due to his father dying, passing, unfortunately passing, and then the media scumbags trying to say, it was because of his gambling, which to me was very bush league. Those guys should have lost their job. In my opinion, they should have lost their job for even putting something out there like that. But to me, you look at duos, and everybody loves to say Mike, and I still think Magic and Kareem were the better duo. I would put them first. Then I would go with Michael and Scotty, and then I would go with Shaq and I would go with Kobe and Shaq as the third best duo. But also what people fail to realize is another duo I would put over Kobe and Shaq. I think Oscar and Kareem were a good duo. It's just Oscar was at the end of his career. So I think we only got 2 years with him and Kareem. I'm not sure. I got to go back and look at that. But yeah. That's how you look at it. And the dominance was just crazy. Like Kobe said in the interview, is that like when Shaq was like they were the best duo ever, and Kobe was like, I can't put us over Jordan and Pippen because their piece fit better than it did with me and Shaq, which is the truth. Um, which is the truth, and also Wilt and Jerry West. You could put that up there. That's a duo people don't really talk about. You have you know, outside of that group, KD and Westbrook. That was a good duo for the time it lasted. Um you would have to say Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker. That was a trio. So, it wasn't that many duos like that was effective. So when you look at the duos, I go like that. It number five of my duos, I would put Kareem and Oscar at number five. That was a great duo to me. Um at number four, I would put Wilt and Jerry West. That was a great duo there. You had probably most dominant player of that time with probably one of the greatest, or at the time, the greatest guard of all time outside of Oscar and Elgin Baylor was Jerry West. But I still would put Oscar over him, but Jerry West was a phenomenal player. Um, that was a great duo with Wilt and Jerry. Number three, I would put Kobe and Shaq. Kobe and Shaq to me would be number three for what they do, for what they did. The battling back and forth over whose team it was, and when they came together and clicked, they were probably unstoppable. To me, when they added Karl Malone and Gary Payton, it made their team worse, in my opinion. I would have never done it. I would have got rid of Shaq before that season. And I kept telling people Shaq, because in that game against the Spurs beat them that year to win another championship since that 99 season in 04. Because 05, no, my bad, that was 03, excuse me, the 02 to 03 season. Because the 01 to 02 season, the Lakers won. The Lakers won 99 to 2000, 2000, 2001, and then 2001, 2002 seasons to get their three-peat. So the 02 to 03 season was the Spurs, and then, of course, the Lakers lost to the Pistons the 04, 05 season. So, I mean, 03, 04 season. So that's how I look at it. I feel like their dominance was amazing. Like you had two guys at the point that played an excellent game. But to me, they would be number three. Number two, I would go with Michael and Scotty because of he already knew his position. He knew that, look, you lay your ass down, I'm the guy, I run this. So he already knew what he already knew what the deal was. And he came in late and people don't understand Michael had to make him into the player that he was. Pippen wasn't always that player. Because the first year, Doug Collins was pissed off. He did not like Pippen. He wanted to get rid of Pippen after because of his inability to handle the ball. And he was very mentally weak, and he just was soft. And he always was soft, but that's the thing that you're dealing with, is that he couldn't stand him because of how he played, and missed drop, and losing the ball. And Mike used to say the same thing, like, this guy can't dribble the ball. So for them to do their thing, that's amazing that they clicked and they were able to win 6. The first duo I say was Magic and Kareem, and the reason why, because you had two big time talents were able to coexist. Two guys who were two superstars who were able to play together. And we already know Magic was probably the greatest point guard ever. I still have Oscar Robertson, and then I have Isaiah, and then I have Magic. Those are my top 3 point guards of all time. So you could look at it that way. But the things Magic was able to do, Magic revolutionized the big guy who could play the point. Before that, there wasn't a lot of big guys playing the point guard. He's the reason we had the Sean Livingstons and the T-Macs and the Penny Hardaways. It's because of him. The Grant Hills. Grant Hill could run the point if he wanted to. So, it's so much he did to revolutionize the game. So that's my top five duos. I was just listening to a story by Kobe, just popped up on my timeline, and I was listening to it. It was pretty good. But number five, like I said, I would have Kareem and Oscar. Then I would have Wilt and Jerry. And then I would have at number three, Kobe and Shaq. Number two, I would have Mike and Scotty. And then number one, I would have Magic and Kareem. And that's my top five duos. I didn't want to make this video real long. So just let me know in the comment section, like if there's any other duos. To me, honorable mentions, Penny and Shaq. That was a great duo for the time that it was contrived. Um West KD and Westbrook. That was a great little duo. Who else do we have? Um that was about it. Really wasn't that many duos. Hold on. Let me see. I know it was. How can I forget? You would have to put Malone and Stockton was a great duo. Gary Payton and Sean Kemp for the time being. You could say Russell and Sam Jones, but that team really wasn't a duo. Nor was Tim Duncan and Parker. They just had a great team. Bird and McHale, yeah, you could say they were a duo at somewhat, but to me, these were the duos. Oscar and to me, Kareem and Oscar, to me, I would put in number five. Number four, I would put Wilt and Jerry. Three, I would put Kobe and Shaq. Two, I would put Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Number one, I would put Magic and Kareem. Those to me are the greatest duos ever. Honorable mentions I would put in there is Karl Malone and Stockton. I would put them before the Westbrook and KD. KD and Westbrook would be after them. Then I would go Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. That was a real good duo. I love watching that duo. That duo was nasty with it. Really wasn't a lot of great duos like that. So that's to me. Please do not say the Miami Heat. That was not a duo. Those were triplets. And don't say the Cleveland Cavs. Those were triplets. Um, Same with the Warriors. You had KD, Steph, and Clay. Um, that was a good duo. Yeah, that would be my duos, man. I loved the Stockton and Malone duo. That was cool. Only reason I don't say Isaiah Thomas really didn't have a duo. His team was awesome. He was able to work with the team. So Oh yeah, how can I forget? Moses Malone and Dr. J. That was a good duo too. But Dr. J was at the end of his career. But I would put them over. I would put them over. I would put them as honorable mention as well. You probably could put them as number 6 or 7. So, so you know. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section. Who you would pick. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you could donate to the page by cash apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and an HDII TV. Thank you for listening, and we're out. Deezy.